Okay, so now we're going to move on to the would you rather.
Oh, fine.
Where basically it's the same thing, except it's you pick this or this. It's not a yes no, it's that or that.
So there could be no conditional.
No. Well,
Exactly.
I don't know. Coming from the secretary here, who knows?
What?
I'm Batman.
All right, Batman.
Anyway.
Let's go on with the questions.
Question 1. You can prevent the death of 20 random people or prevent the death of 3 people of your choosing. Rich, go. Which would you do?
That there is a very interesting question. I like it. Like I said, 20 random people, not knowing what can do for the history. But if I save 3 people that I know, can change history and change the world that I know right now, then I could not be the person who I am. But if I save 20 random people, they can change who the world could be. So I'm going to save 20 random people, hoping that they can change the world. What they can do can affect the world as a whole. So the world that it is right now can be what it is without it somehow changing what it could be right now.
Okay. So, Salt, your turn.
Save 20 people or save 3 people of my choosing.
Yes.
I feel like this is going to. And by the way, I feel like picking one or the other is going to reflect you of who you are as a person. So I feel like this can be a downfall. Anyway, I would say I would choose the 3 people of my choice. Why? It's a simple fact as I'm not really much of a people person, so there's only few people I, particularly have any form of, hey, I'll keep you around, versus everyone else pretty much in existence. So I think I will select those 3 people and go on my happy day.
Who would you select?
Oh, god damn it. Why
Well,
would
you
you
don't
make
have to
me
answer if
answer
you
this
don't-
question? What?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
You
I was
never
just
said I
asking,
had to
Jesus.
answer the names. You just said 3 people of my choosing.
Touche. Touche.
I answer the questions given, nothing more, nothing less. It's high school all over again. I'm answering what's given.
Okay. Hero, your turn.
20 random people or 3 familiars. And I get to save them.
You prevent the death of them.
Mm-hmm.
I see. What if I wear this hat?
Well, let me see here. Now, that is toughy. Because I try to look out for everyone, but I do have those people who are close to me. So it does raise the question, do I save 20 strangers I don't know, and I be that guy? Or I save 3 people that I do know, and will prevent their deaths? The next question is, where am I at in their lives, or where am I at when that happens? Because depending on their age of their deaths, not to sound mean or cruel, but if it's going to be people that I know and very familiar with, they're people of my choosing, and let's just say we live to a good old age, I wouldn't want to prevent their deaths because I would view that cruel. Because what if they're ready to go but I'm not? That'd be cruel and mean. But if they're 20 strangers and they're in immediate danger and I could prevent that, then I would go with that versus making someone that I love care live longer. But on the flip side, I would save them if they were in immediate danger from dying. So it's very situational.
I need one or the other. There is no conditional in this. You literally have to pick one or the other.
I am so terrible at this because that's how I look at things. That's my outlook on life. It's not always that black and white for me. It's situational, depends on what's going on and where things are at.
You're not a.
Depends
You're
on-
not the.
Well,
you're not what
sadly,
we call
this
simple.
question isn't in gray.
Well, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with that answer.
There is no secret option number 3.
I just made it happen.
It's
Deal
yes
with
or
it.
no. Would you rather save 20 or save 3 of your choosing?
And I just told you what I would do depending on what was happening.
Oh my God, there is no situational difference in this.
You have to pick one.
You guys are gonna
That's
have to deal
how
with
the
it.
game works.
You're
No,
gonna
we
have
are
to
not.
deal with it.
We are not. You are slowing progression.
That's what I'm saying. Just deal with that and move forward.
It's like
And
Walmart
pick it how
checkout
you
lines. It
will.
takes forever.
Hold up, I'm gonna have to mute myself for this.
Oh God. I bet he's screaming in the back of his mind.
Okay, I'm good now.
This is the reason why I don't
I
go on
had
Black
to
Mondays.
release my inner anger. So I'm fine now. We're
Move
good.
on, move on, move on.
Valentine, your turn.
Even when your hope is.
And then 2 other. I know. I like how you like specified your kid as one, and you're like, and 2 other people. Sorry, honey. Sorry, honey,
Too
you
much
might
people that
die. I mean, it depends what I feel like at the moment.
That's horrible.
Okay, thank you for giving me a clear answer.
You just have to deal with my answers.
So what? We don't get a
I will
thank you?
not. I may be the secretary, but there are some things I will not put up with.
None of. Oh,
There's
yeah,
always the
right.
door. What you mean?
Me and Valentine are in a union now. We just made it up 2 seconds ago.
What union? We're not even official business.
Secretaries of SCE.
What is there to vote on?
Whether
this
you
is why
want
we
to
get
save
nothing
20 or
done.
3 of your choosing!
Me, myself, and I.
You know, that actually is a possible thing. I mean, it didn't say that you could pick yourself.
3 times.
Me,
I mean,
me,
that's
and
just-
me.
That's just plain wasteful, and you're just a horrible human being.
Am I horrible if I do that?
She
You
jinxed
just
me.
wasted 3 lives
I said myself.
that you could have saved on yourself.
Why not save yourself? No, you knew better.
Okay. Next question.
This game will be the death of me.
Let's see. Probably, Hero is testing it. Okay, next question.
It's.
You have the ability to respawn after death,
Ooh.
or would you rather have the ability to level up? Rich,
Alright.
start.
Respawn after death or level up. When I think level up, think video games doesn't get a strong enough sense. The question is, what type of video game would it be? What type of attributes would it be? Would it be like D&D? Or I get to choose if I become stronger, smarter, handsomer?
I
be
doubt that
better
you can
with-
become handsomer, but continue.
Never put it past the developers these days. Have you not seen Fable?
Well, respawning after death would be nice, but I think I like they did leveling up. My bargaining behind that, it's like, okay, respawn after death, but I'm like 80 something and I die, and then I respawn back as an 80-year-old. Yes, that's what I'm thinking about, not me dying tomorrow. It's more like I'm 80 something and I die. So that's leveling up, I can then become stronger, smarter, faster, stuff along that line. Thus, I can do more than just. I can do more with my life, achieve more stuff, become smarter, think beyond what has been capable of so far, achieving stuff that I haven't achieved through leveling up.
So you would pick you'd rather level up.
Yes.
Okay. Salt, your turn.
In, you know, the opposite of what he said, I would choose respawn after death. Why? Because there's no guarantee I'm not going to do something stupid in my life. And that would, you know, if for some reason, because there's some things that I would like to do, but, you know, at the same time with it being a high risk, you know, thing such as like you know, skydiving and things like that, death is a possibility depending on what happens. If, you know, not everything is like it should, you could possibly die. So I would choose respawn after death. So if the freak accident that my luck just happens to, you know, not be there, well, you know, I get another run at life.
Nice, I like that answer.
I get to be more free
Hero.
and a little more adrenaline than, you know, playing things safe.
Nice.
You guys gonna be happy this time? I actually have an answer for this one.
Holy
No
shit.
question, whatever.
Someone
I
get the
know.
confetti.
Shocker.
Someone get the confetti.
You know, out of all the questions, that's only the second one where I've had a conditional type answer. Just
Actually, you've
let the
answered
record show.
4
Let the
where you had a conditional. Well, actually, no, 2 were conditional. The rest of you answered. Anyway, continue.
Record show. I would follow what Rick was saying. I would rather pick the level up versus the respawn. The reason behind the level up is that's how I kind of view life. I want to be able to progress myself and keep moving forward. I'm not saying that you can't do that with the respawn, but I would be smarter with how I go and approach things in that which I'm doing in life, but I'm able to enjoy the level up and look at, hey, I need to focus better in this area and that and things along those lines and level myself up accordingly and not be stuck behind a respawn. Because to me, respawns are only fun in games where you're putting yourself in a shooter aspect, but where more intriguing games come in my opinion, is when you only have that one life and you have to be smart and your leveling does matter. And so I'd rather level, that way I can get the most out of life and make myself become the best version of me, versus I can go do stupid stuff and I can just respawn. Because that would to me, hear me out. To me, the respawn after death would eventually lead to a very tiresome life and be a curse in this life. Because then I would start seeing everyone that I love and care move on, and I would be stuck here and be stuck in repeating everything. Whereas where I have the level up, I'll eventually be able to go to a rest.
Nice. Okay, Valentine, your turn.
I would have to say level up because I wouldn't want to be stagnant in one position in life, and I also have a fear of like, what if I'm 95 years old and in pain and I just respawn back to the body that I was? Like, nah, I'd like to level up and like kind of take a risk in that aspect. It also makes life more colorful. I mean, then you don't really know, so you don't take for granted the moments that might pass you by in life. If you were.
Nice. Okay. Next question. Would you rather have all the phobias in the world, or be brave, but anything can kill you?
So
Rich,
I can do
start.
anything I want. So, but anything can kill me. That even with a paper cut, severing my toe.
It can kill you.
Anything can kill me.
Anything. That's what the
Well,
question
I'd
says.
rather have all the phobias. Cause that you can possibly eventually deal with. But if you're
Do you
brave,
have any
you could end
idea
up
how many
dying.
phobias there are?
I know there's a lot of phobias. I'll be like Monk.
No, you'll be worse than Monk.
But if I'm brave, I'm gonna do something stupid and die. Okay?
Brave doesn't mean the absence of fear, it means you conquer it.
I hear conversing.
Just be
No,
quiet.
it's stupidity.
In a good way.
The judgment master has spoken.
Order in the chat. Order in the chat.
Roll a 20.
I don't have a die on me, I would.
I would.
Wait, maybe I do. Let me find. No, I'm joking. But yes, I'll be brave. But if anything can kill me, that could mean simple being bit by an ant. I'll be dead. So I'd rather have the phobia so I can keep living, because I'll be afraid of almost everything. I'll probably be in a mental hospital. But I'd rather deal with that instead of knowing that anything can kill me.
Okay, nice. Salt, your turn.
Just because I am who I am, I want to keep it short, sweet, and simple. I'm gonna choose be brave. Why?
Would you rather have anything to kill you?
Okay. Let me. Okay, you're gonna make me not keep the short, sweet, and simple.
I know, exactly. That's what I was planning.
Anyway, the reason why I would be brave and not, have all the phobias is because, okay, for one, what's the point anyway? This is probably going to sound grim, but you're going to end up dying anyway. What's the point of living a little bit longer if you can't live your life? So if I die because of a paper cut, well, shame on me for being that careless.
I
I
found
would
my
rather
D20.
not
I'm gonna roll
live.
real
I'd rather
fast.
not live in fear or be paranoid for all my life.
rolled a
No,
nat 20.
I don't want to. I don't want to live like that. No, I'm good. I'd rather be brave. And if anything can kill me.
Nice.
So guys, I found my D20 and I rolled a nat 20. Sorry.
Congratulations, you got a critical hit. You dealt 2 damage.
No, I supposed to roll for damage. You got this all wrong. I thought I was rolling for persuasion, not damage.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
What's the difference?
Yeah, come on. Huge difference.
Well, fine.
Okay, my
You, like, swayed my hand a slight bit, so I'll let that conversation before slide.
I would expect more money in.
You will not get Cthulhu and power armor sent to your door.
Dang it!
I want to bluff. Who's the Egyptian god of death again? I want to bluff the Skell. Now can I pickpocket him?
Screw you guys, I'm gonna win!
Okay, my thing, I'm kind of like with Salt. What's the point of having phobias and being able not to live life, because I would not want to go to sleep, I would not want to be able to pet a dog or a cat or a spider or anything, because I'll be so scared that I
Why
can't
would you
do
want to pet a
anything.
spider?
No, that is a phobia. That is a legit phobia.
Arachnophobia.
And also being afraid of the dark. I mean, having all those phobias just so that way I can go and live and breathe, to me that's not living. I'm trapped. And yeah, I'm able to overcome some of those phobias, but that doesn't mean I can't overcome all of them. I would rather have the brave, and to me being brave doesn't mean I'm absent of fear. It just means I overcome it. Yes, anything, but things in life can kill us anyways. Just breathing this air right now can kill me. If it becomes all of a sudden toxic. So all I'm doing is just decreasing my HP to 1 hit versus what it is right now. So, yeah, there's my answer.
You're a Shed Engine with Wonder Guard, except everything's super effective.
Exactly, everything's super effective. Even the
Okay.
self-destruct would be super effective.
Valentine, your turn.
I would have to say that I would be brave as well. I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon here. Just because, like, he has a good point. Like, anything can kill you nowadays. Like, if you looked up all the ways you could die, like, I mean, Spike TV made a show out of it. Ways to die. There is literally, like, thousands and thousands of ways to die, but does that mean that, you know, I need to be afraid? And I have some legitimate phobias in my life anyways. They're not like spiders or snakes or anything, but they're still like really intense. Like I can't function around these things kind of fear. And you know, if I didn't have that, that'd be awesome. So be brave. And I died.
But at least you were brave.
At least the Diablo
Well, I'm hiding over here in a corner crying.
killed me.
Okay. So, next question. Would you rather sing everything you say or dance every move you make?
Sing everything I say. My life would then be turned into a musical, man. And I could be the star of it.
I feel like
Everyone's
Rich is
probably
just
hate
like,
me.
can I take both options?
But no, that both options turn into High School Musical. I don't want my life to be like that.
No, that's just any musical. Just get it right.
True. But yeah, I'll
Plus
sing
you have a
everything
fabulous
I say.
singing voice.
But yeah, I'll sing everything I say because that would be fun. That would be fun to sing everything I say.
Nice. Bravo. 10 stars.
What does it do
Okay.
it again?
Okay.
Alright, you said sing everything you say, or what was the other option?
Dance every move you make.
I would say dance every move I make.
Why?
Why? Because it. Okay, let me just say this real quick. Have you ever listened to a song where you just wanted to move to it?
Yes, literally every time I listen to a song.
Okay. You know how that, you know, it feels great just to move around and, you know, I can just dance for, like, almost no
Yeah.
reason?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's my reason. Because I can't sing. I can't do it. My voice is
I
horrible.
mean, would you like to try?
No, I'm good. Not with my current state, no.
Oh, with your sickly state.
Hey, I'm not, no. I'm stuffed.
Oh, you're stuffed
He's stuffy. Get it right.
with steak and macaroni and cheese.
That too.
Hey, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, next question. I mean,
No,
next
no,
person.
Next person.
There's a couple different ways I can look at it. I would probably pick singing, as long as I'm singing it correctly, then it doesn't matter, because if I'm singing from the diaphragms, then yeah, my vocal cords may get shot, but hey. It'll be awesome. And besides, it says I can't dance, it says I'll just dance with every move I make. But that means I'll still have the ability to dance at time to time. I'll just be singing all the time. And so I'll be either like in a musical or in like an opera, you know, it just depends on what mood I'm in. So yeah.
Yeah, you'll just be the only person doing it, and everyone will be like, what the heck is the matter with him?
That's okay. It's nothing new. And besides, Singing is just awesome.
Would you like to sing for us a little?
Welcome to the planet. Welcome to existence. Everyone's here. Everyone's here. Everybody's watching you now. Everybody waits for you now. What happens next? What happens next? I was up right there.
Yay!
Nice. Thank you. Great job. 8 stars. I deducted 2 for the maybe questions that you answered.
No, those are conditionals.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
I don't know how to make
Anyway.
up my mind answers.
Valentine, your turn.
Ooh, I'd have to say that I would probably dance every move I make. Just in hairstyle. I, as you guys know, I'm a hairstylist, so I lead a very highly articulate life, and I talk all the time. My consultations are like nearly 20 solid minutes of me talking. So that would, I think the singing would kind of like get to be a little bit too much. But I mean, dancing, if I don't move, then I don't dance. But if I move, I dance. I like to cheer. I don't know.
Nice. I'm just saying, I would love to go into like a salon of some sorts and sit down in the chair. They just like, how would you want your hair cut?
That would actually, that might be a good advertisement.
You could literally, you could pull off the barbershop quartet. I mean, it's not gonna be a barbershop, but
Be like, how would you
close enough.
cut today? Would you like a 3 on the sides and the back? And an inch off the top?
Lollipop, lollipop.
You know, screw it. 11 stars for her. She improvised.
Let's see
I
what.
loved it.
Thanks.
And I got a 10 and I even improvised? What is with. No, I'm joking.
Just count the ones where you get them. Count the ones where you get them.
I don't have any wins.
Yes, Salt's at a solid 0 stars right now.
Woohoo! I try.
And it's not because he's salty.
I try. That's
Yeah.
depressing. Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Well, you have many hard fights right now.
so we are now on the last question. Would you rather have the ability to do anything possible or the ability to do the impossible? Rich, start.
So I can do anything possible, or do the impossible. Do the impossible, that makes it possible, that means I can't do it again. But that'll also make it the first one to do it. If I be able to do it, I can then, those people can then find a way to do it later. All I can do anything impossible is those who can find a way to make it possible. If that makes sense.
Yes, I'm following you. Keep going.
So I would choose to do the impossible so we can then find a way to make it possible. Yes, I will never be able to do it again because I can only do things impossible. But by doing it, we can then keep expanding what we know.
Nice.
So that's my answer.
Salt, your turn.
Hold on, I gotta sneeze.
Oh, okay. Pause for
Maybe.
a moment of sneeze.
Maybe. Just know it's gonna happen when I least expect it.
So I rolled a 5, but that doesn't work.
What would you like us to skip your turn?
No. I would like to do the impossible.
Why?
Well, because Okay, there's a lot of things that we physically can't do as a person. So being able to do the impossible is opening up a whole nother experience that you will probably never get to do again. So I'm going with the impossible.
Okay. Hero.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So I can do anything that's possible, or I can do the impossible. Correct?
Correct.
All right. That's what the question is asking. I've always been one where I like the impossible stuff, and not so much doing what's possible, because doing what's possible is what everybody else has done. Now, that's not to say by doing the impossible doesn't mean I can't do what's possible. Just take a look at sportings and the Olympics, or just sports in general. People are doing what's already possible, but they do something in that respective field that wasn't possible before. Example, track and field. It was in the 1970s. I don't remember the exact year. I don't remember who it was exactly, but prior to that race, it was believed, and it was impossible, so it was believed, to do a 4-minute mile. Till someone did a 4-minute mile. He did what was before then an impossible feat. And so I'd rather go and push the boundaries and do something impossible, because that's how we have a lot of things that we have today, is because someone challenged the impossible. And so the impossible to me is not, it's possible. It's just, are you willing to go the distance to make it possible? So the answer to the question is the impossible, before you ask more questions.
Okay. Thank you. Valentine, your turn.
I would use the impossible because there just seems like a challenge in that, and I always like a challenge. I'm assuming it would be
Yeah.
easy though.
Something just happened recent in the news as well. I don't remember who it was, and you just reminded me of it. A private business has finally launched themselves into space. And prior to that, it was deemed impossible that only government funding could provide such a thing. And Neil deGrasse Tyson even stated that private enterprises would not be able to do such a thing. So he deemed that as an impossible feat, and now we got a guy with his car out in space.
So all four of y'all chose to go with the impossible.
You have a problem with that?
No. Well, let me just give you a little food for thought. It's all about perspective, what you deem is possible or impossible. If you think you can possibly do it, then it's possible. Is what I think. So I would have chose to go with the possible solution. Because it's possible to find the cure for cancer. It's possible to solve all the world's problems.
Well, we're looking at it from this perspective of how society deems it, because society deems things along those lines as impossible things, and so that's what we're looking at it. At least for me, I'm not going to speak for everybody else, but for me, that's how I'm looking at it. Is that because, like I said,
But it's not.
prior to that track race, the 4-minute mile was deemed impossible. It wasn't a thing. No one could do it, and then it happened.
But that person who ran the race probably thought it was possible.
He pushed for it and worked for it.
So he believed it was
betcha-
possible. He tried his
But see,
hardest.
there's a difference between believing it's possible and it being possible. Those are two different things.
Well, that's all the questions I had.
And you told us that it's open to how we interpret it.
Yes.
You did
Not
say
how you
that.
I'm just telling y'all how I interpreted it.
All right. this has been a fun session of the Would You Press the Button, Would You Rather?
And now that
And
you
I
know
know I
more
was the-
about now that you know more about everybody.
Yeah, everyone knows that I'm a little conditional or situational with some questions, and I dare
Oh
say
my god! You in this conditional crap.
If
that's
x
how
equals
it
y,
comes.
then I'll do this. But if y equals x, I'll do this.
Exactly.
Quit making it so
Yes,
complicated.
and I hate it.
Well, as always, thank you for tuning in and watching. And if you want to see more of this stuff, let us know, and we'll make it happen, or we'll just do it
And feel
anyways.
free. And feel free to post any questions you would have for us to answer also in the comments. So if we do another session, we can pull from your lot.
That'd be cool.
All right, so this is Hero.
This is Salt.
This is Rich.
Valentine.
Renegade.
And as
Signing
always, guys, stay salty.